I told you guys this was coming. Hell, I've been telling you guys since early to mid-July. So I know for a fact that none of you were surprised last night when you saw the headlines. Headline at ESPN: Caitlin Clark ruled out for the remainder of the WNBA season. You know, the timing of this announcement was rather strange. I got home around 7 last night from my daughter's flag football game. I put in my bet on Cowboys +8, hopped in the shower, sit down in my recliner as my wife is cooking dinner, scrolling through Twitter as Thursday Night Football is about to kick off. And literally, as the game is kicking off, the WNBA announces that Caitlin Clark done for the season. Like I said, the timing was very curious. Over the last few weeks, the WNBA has been completely forgotten. Once the controversial cocks were put back on the shelf, once the deluge of dildos were put back in the purse where they belong, no one, and I mean no one, has been paying attention to the WNBA dump. This announcement was the biggest news in the WNBA probably for the entire season, and you choose to release the announcement as the first game of the NFL season is kicking off, which guarantees the story gets buried? Why wouldn't you just wait until Friday morning? This could have been the biggest story of the day. Instead, they ensure that the story gets buried, once again proving that the WNBA has absolutely no idea how to generate interest. You know, there was something missing from all these headlines announcing the end of Caitlin Clark's season last night. Instead of the headlines reading, Caitlin Clark's season is over, what they should have said was, the 2025 WNBA season is officially finished. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. The WNBA is screwed. There's just no other way to say it. Ratings for the playoffs are going to be significantly lower than ratings for the regular season. I would say mainstream interest will decline, but I don't think mainstream interest could get any lower. I think the main reason that they stretched the timeline of Caitlin Clark's injury, they were trying to keep people interested, engaged. They were trying to give Caitlin Clark fans hope so they would continue watching and supporting the Indiana Felines and hopefully the rest of this dump of a league. Now, to their credit, the strategy worked, at least for a little while. But ever since the All-Star break, mainstream interest in pretend basketball has rapidly declined. Once we got into August and they were saying that Caitlin Clark hadn't even practiced yet, I knew it was over. Clearly, I wasn't the only one. Seems like everyone else knew it was over too because people quit paying attention to this toxic turd. If you're the WNBA, the only positive with Caitlin Clark being done for the season, it gives the league significant leverage in negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement. They now have data from the last couple of months of the regular season. They'll have data from the playoffs proving that people are not paying attention to this league when Caitlin Clark isn't playing. All these dreams from entitled WNBA players wanting million-dollar contracts, it's now time to wake up. And you know what? Entitled WNBA players, they are getting exactly what they deserve. They put this poor young woman through the pooper last season. They tried to diminish her impact. They accused her of having white privilege. They called her fan base racist. They attacked Caitlin Clark both on and off the court. And this season, when they needed her the most, when they needed Caitlin Clark to secure money they haven't earned and aren't capable of earning on their own, Caitlin Clark is nowhere to be found. I told you guys years ago there was going to come a point when WNBA players would be expected to perform. There would come a point when the sympathy money would expire and WNBA players, They would be expected to step up or step aside. Unfortunately for these entitled pretend stars, that time is now. This is worst case scenario for the WNBA. More than likely, there is going to be a labor strike. More than likely, the 2026 WNBA season is going to be canceled. Caitlin Clark hasn't played since July 15th. She only played 13 games all season. If next season is canceled, you're looking at Caitlin Clark being out of the WNBA spotlight for 2 years, almost 2 years. That is an eternity. She's not active on social media. Unlike Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark isn't running around exploiting herself. To me, and maybe this is just me, a few weeks into the season, it felt like Caitlin Clark was starting to lose some of her mystique. I'm not taking anything away from her. She's an incredible player, but I think a lot of the appeal last season, especially in terms of her mainstream drawing power, I think a lot of the appeal came from the drama that surrounded her. Normal people liked Caitlin Clark, and the masculine women in the WNBA, along with the identifiers who have supported this league for years, they hated her. Once you remove that dynamic, once you remove the storylines, all the WNBA is left with is the product on the court. And the product on the court is unwatchable. To make matters worse, this dumbass league is watering down an already unwatchable product by adding more unwatchable teams. Right now, we are witnessing the perfect storm for the demise of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's done for the season, which gives significant leverage back to the league in negotiations for a CBA. 2026 season could be canceled. The drama, the storylines have dried up. And with each passing day, mainstream interest in this god-awful product continues to get lower and lower. This is why the WNBA is so hesitant to commit millions of dollars to players. This is why they are nowhere near signing a new CBA. The league is built on a shaky foundation. This league is built on the drawing power of one player. And a lot of her drawing power was generated by the rest of the league hating her. Now, you're potentially looking at 2 years of Caitlin Clark not being on the WNBA court. I just don't see how it's sustainable. I don't see how Caitlin Clark can maintain the level of interest that she had last year. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.